Hello there, my name is Jennifer Foster. I'm the founder of the Energy Dynamic Model Academy, the place to come if you want to learn the study of human energy. Only place in the world you can do it, and it is based on evidence from case studies of over 2,500 people over 30 years, and there is research available as well in the book. I'm reading the evidence part of this book, the Energy Dynamic Model 1975 to 2024, and we're on to page 15. So please enjoy, get a cup of tea. This is a longer one, and see what you think. You probably enjoy this, especially if you work in community development or supporting people. It's very interesting. So 2001 to 2003. After having children, I decided to get a proper job and leave being an artist for a while. I found a job working for Remploy, and my remit was to help people in the factories in Brixton and Acton to find outside employment, as well as supporting staff who were already in outside placements. I was also trained to be one of the first 4 job coaches in the UK. I was pretty much left to do whatever that would work in the role, and so I started to look at how to achieve this outcome. All the people in the factories had a disability, and most of them had never worked anywhere else in their life. The factory was their comfort zone. The staff had friends there, a job, a social life, and a routine. They did not want to leave that world. Initially, I decided to work on an individual basis with the staff who identified themselves as being very keen to leave the factory. The level of sabotage, however, was virtually 100%, so I realised quickly that this wasn't going to work. So instead, I cast my mind back to what I had learned and observed before, and decided to set up a group of staff members who were thinking about leaving but not sure. This group was all about talking through their fears about leaving and the problems they would face. Some of these issues were very true, such as losing the excellent pension that they were entitled to if they stayed at the factory. So I developed a small training manual that we could use to highlight these issues and to discuss and troubleshoot them with. I also learned about the people on an individual basis too, and would sit with them when they were working in their role in the factory. I found out their interests and strengths and encouraged them to talk to me about their future. I realised that some of the staff were worried about leaving because of their levels of literacy and numeracy. I brought this up with management and they arranged a budget to help address this barrier. Meanwhile, as I had learnt about their learning style and interests, I was able to find an appropriate opportunity in a local training centre based on a farm to have this education. They were taught the basics by using real-life examples to learn from, and were given team building and leadership type training as well. The 2 members of staff who took this opportunity up made incredible progress in their learning and were very happy to attend this programme part-time to enhance their chances of further outside employment. I saw again the power of being in a group and how this dynamic and other people were so essential when encouraging positive change to occur in an individual. I set up a database of employers who were looking for good members of staff who would be loyal, reliable and skilled. I put in what their needs were and matched this up with what the staff in the Remploy factory could offer, and very slowly progress was made. The staff members started to take up taster days with different employers and to begin to realise that it was possible to progress. Meanwhile, I was also job coaching a couple of staff who were working in outside placements already. This is where I met Lady A, the first individual case study of this book. This is what happened. Lady A had a learning difficulty and worked in a very large do-it-yourself superstore. She was full-time and her role was to clean the shopping aisles and help pack the shopping bags. The manager had requested support as she was behaving very dangerously by climbing up the ladders in the store and putting bleach in her eyes, doing the cleaning job very badly, and upsetting customers by licking her fingers when she was packing up shopping to open the plastic bags. She had also formed an inappropriate and unwelcomed crush on one of the supervisors. The manager was fearing for her safety and was on the verge of asking her to leave. I turned up and started to talk to Lady A and got to know more about her. I saw her doing her work roles and noticed the lack of motivation. I realised she just wasn't interested in what she was doing and was distracted by her unhappiness and isolation, hence the dangerous and inappropriate actions. After spending a few hours with her and then coming back and interviewing the staff and the manager, I came up with next steps. Here they are. Find out what motivates her. Find tasks she can physically do without a struggle. Make her feel part of the team. Show her that she is valued. I asked the manager for a couple of roles that needed to be covered given Lady A's learning style, preferences and natural talents. This was the list. Tasks must be simple and repetitive. Learning style. Outcome must be clear. Learning style. Must have a beginning, middle and end. Learning style. Feeling part of the team. Preference, likes being social. Focused. Talent. Friendly. Talent. Can follow instructions well. Knowledge. Liked using simple tools, e.g. a stamping thing, labels, etc. Knowledge. Between the two of us, we came up with 3 new roles for Lady A. These were putting security labels on all expensive items that were on the shelves, working with the admin ladies once a week stamping the clocking in sheets, helping the customers pack with plastic finger covers on. And I also negotiated an informal mentor for Lady A who would check in with her a few times a day for a friendly chat and general welcome to work. In brackets I have here, animal power needs, see restart experience. That's a few pages before, so that'll be in some other videos. After 1 week of the new way of working, all the issues that had been brought up by the manager beforehand had either disappeared or resolved. Lady A was happy, working well and content. This experience showed me that if you can identify and facilitate situations whereby a person can show who they are and are valued for it, there is a huge motivation generated. The words in the brackets above were the fundamental aspects of who you are I identified during these experiences. It was during this time I broke down the concept of who you are into actual practical components of a person. This was the second time now that I had observed a pattern about people that I hadn't been taught or was even aware that had existed. For all my life, I had just assumed, like everyone else, that people were different to each other and did better or worse than others for reasons that a therapist, doctor or sociologist would be able to diagnose or discover. However, it seemed to be that this was not the case, and that people were operating in a particular way that was consistent and predictable. My curiosity was aroused, and I wondered if there were any more patterns to find as regards what was really going on beneath the superficial facade of ourselves. After 2 years, I left this job as I had found my next opportunity. Whilst I was there, only one member of staff had been able to reach the point of no return and actually leave the company. This man, Gary, came with me when I found my next position. I was to be the manager of a project finding work for unemployed people with disabilities. And Gary was going to be one of the main players in developing this system. So if you enjoyed that, please keep tuning in. Lots more videos coming up. That's how big the book is. We've only done this much. But please spread the word. Please enjoy hearing these videos. And if you work in community development or therapy or teachers or support workers, it's honestly this information. I'd love you to be able to use it in your work. Okay, it took me many years to find out, hours and hours of observation and hours of writing down and making it work. So visit the website www.energydynamicmodel.com and see you soon. Thank you.